Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff at the Glorious Uncertainty. Saturday, hooray! 23rd of May. Right, yesterday that was good result with the 1-2. Crimson Spirit, though, I'm settling at SP. I'm not betting at SP, by the way, I've got to tell you. I'm settling at SP, and people have been asking me, why are you settling at SP? I said, because if you make this work at SP, you make it at anything. Believe me. So that one yesterday, Crimson Spirit, 8-1. You could have got more than that on the exchanges in the morning. It returns 4-1 favourite. Everybody latched onto it, and Mr. Bluebird as well, second. All in all, a good race. But at SP, only on the staking structure, only made 3/4 of a point, which is still 30% profit on your turnover, but return on investment, sorry. But, you know, it's very, very difficult. And this is why I say, if you make it SP, you can make it anywhere. So I'm hoping you got 8-1 or a bit more like me on the exchanges. Right, are we ready? We're going in. I'm not ready. Scripted out. The first race, I'm going to come back on in a bit because we've got another race to look at, is the York 5 o'clock. I love a big handicap at York. York 5 o'clock, 7 furlongs, 22 runners, class 4 handicap. And this has been a deep dive. I mean, deep dive with 22 runners. I've built the race from the bottom up, the full framework, absolutely everything. So, the core foundation matrix. What's that? What's that all about? Sounds a bit fancy. It's basically the horses' profiles on selected categories. I hope that makes sense. Then we go on to the historical renewals, which you all know, bang on about those, but we need them. I want to know. And can I tell you, when there is very little draw bias, the ground staff must be doing their work unbelievably well, or it's something to do with the topography of the lie of the land at York, but there's very little draw bias. But anyway, I'll come back to that. It's more pace lanes, if you know what I'm saying. So the horses, certain horses will find a certain pace and they stick in their pace lane. After that, like I said, the pre-race pace trends, done that. Top speed suitability, because we're not ignoring that at the moment. And the Racing Post notebook evidence. You need this. You need somebody physically looking at the horses and giving their professional overview on each and every horse's race, how they react to the whip. It can be all sorts of things. And one theme that kept appearing in this race, over all the renewals, is positioning. The positioning. This doesn't repeatedly behave like a pure pace collapse race. It just doesn't. York Field, York 7 furlong handicaps consistently reward tactical efficiency. Boring, that, ain't it? But prominent runners, tracking runners, horses that secure positions without overcommitting. Today's pace projects even to honest. That matters under the framework of what we've been through and what I've checked everything. Even pace means reset the race as a positioning contest. The strongest convergence horse after every layer that I've been through is Quest for Fun. Course and distance evidence, York suitability, big field evidence, and that is really needed. Big field evidence, traffic handling from a big field, strong distance top speed, strong field size top speed. So it's bobbing and weaving through and surviving that and still, you know, rating highly with top speed. So repeatedly surviving every assessment layer. Now, the main danger is Lady Mariko, core matrix leader. That's the one when you put all the profile of the horse, that came out on top. 4-year-olds are a sweet spot. 4-year-olds are a sweet spot in this race. They really are. A strong pace fits you got, strong tactical positioning, York hidden upgrade horse. Lead Man is the next one. Unlucky York Evidence. We backed it last week. Nearly did it. The notebook upgrades it. It's got York suitability, obviously, from last week even. But we're also looking for a bigger price, and that takes the form of It Just Takes Time. Top Speed Lair says don't completely ignore it. So we're not ignoring it. So the final selections are Quest for Fun, Lady Mariko, Lead Man, and you're probably thinking, Lead Man? It's 4-1, Jeff. How are you going to put this on? How are you going to warrant it? Well, you've got to look at it this way. Let's say Lead Man at 7-2, 4-1, in a 22-horse highly volatile handicap. That's suicide at that price. But what you can do is you can use that horse. Use it to preserve your bank. You're going to get something back. Yes, we believe it could win. It could quite easily win. But if it doesn't, 4-1, that 4-1 has got to be doing something for us. It's got to be getting some money back to us. So if we believe it's in there and it can place in the top, because everybody's playing top 5, and we are playing the top 5 game with this. I mean, you get top 6 at Sky Bet, whatever, but I'll leave that up to you. But I am including the top 5 in this race. So, because it's generally available. Anyway, Lead Man, you just can't ignore the fact. And the fact is, we're going to use the horse to help to preserve our bank. That's what we do. Because the bankroll is critically important. So this is how I see it. So we've got from a professional betting advice structure, the race classification is high variance. Reasons: what I've just discussed. 22 runners, traffic risk, tactical compression, draw interaction, multiple viable profiles. So the framework exposure for this, as in money, is 5.5 to a maximum of 10 staking, and that's it. So we're going to go 2 points. Let me just check all this. Yeah, it's all here. 2 points win Quest for Fun. Okay, 0.75, 3/4 of a point each way, Lady Mariko. Because of the structural race shape. It's the structural race shape horse. Just going back quickly, the strongest convergence horse of everything, it was Quest for Fun. This one, Lady Mariko, is the structural race shape horse and core matrix strength. That's 3/4 of a point each way. Then we've got Lead Man, who's anchoring our bank and pulling us something back if it doesn't make it. We know it stands an unbelievably good chance of getting a place and possibly win. 7-2, 4-1. No. But we need it in to get us something back. So we're just going half a point each way on Lead Man. That's our notebook horse, really. Hidden upgrade profile. And then finally, we've got half a point each way on It Just Takes Time. 1 point, obviously, exposure, a half point each way. The top speed value outsider, a small speculative exposure only. That's all we're doing with it. Don't forget, when we're backing these, we're backing them for reasons, and the reasons have to be legitimate, and you have to be sensible. It's 22 horse cavalry charge at York. That's the truth of it. But we love this because we can get a good draw from the race. Again, I'm going to settle this at SP. We're exposed at 5.5 points on the bank on this race. It's a strong analysis, does not justify uncontrolled staking. I know it's boring. I know it flies in the face of what you always want to do. And we're going to be rich. And we're not. But we're going to make a steady increase in the bank, and we do it sensibly. This is how we do it. This is how professionals do it, and it's the only way to do it, in my opinion. I hope you got on Crimson Spirit the 9-1. 8-1, sorry, generally available yesterday. That was nice. And you might have had an equal touch on Mr. Bluebird. I don't know how you play it. But this is our baseline. What I put on here is our baseline, and anything from that can just improve. That's it from me. 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes on one race, Chef at York, 5 o'clock. Well, I'm going back in to see if I can find anything else. I'm sure I will. I'll be back on whatever. Don't forget to subscribe. The little bell, the ding-ling-ling-ling-ling. Do that. Do the bell thing. Then you're not going to miss anything, are you? Right. That's it from me. Put your bets on. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.